Hope all is well. I haven't done a, let me just turn on the light. I haven't done a video for quite some time because I've really been busy with school. So I got a question and I love to answer my subscribers' questions. You can email them to me. I left my email on my profile page. So I'm sweating because I just actually came home, so a bit hot in here. So anyway, the question was Plab versus MRCS examination. Which one is better for a person just about to graduate from medical school? Which is better? To me, MRCS examination is better. Which is more appropriate will be Plab. And the reason for this, and just hear me out, is that the Plab examination is like the equivalent of you doing your final MBBS or MD or whatever the degree that you'll be getting for your medical degree. It's the equivalent of you doing your final examinations for that degree. So therefore, you'll be at the peak of your knowledge once you finish your MBBS or MD examinations. So you can write the Plab examination. You'll literally be reviewing for that examination. MRCS examination is a more focused examination. It's more surgical. But that being said, despite the fact that it's a postgraduate surgical qualification and it's more likely taken by those who are already in a surgical training program, there are a few graduates, which I've actually read online, who are from the UK, who did it in their foundation year 1 and were successful in doing their MRCS Part 8. And then they went on to do their Part B in their foundation year 2. So it's up to you. What I would advise you to do is sit down and be truthful to yourself. Evaluate what's your knowledge surgical wise. If your knowledge is very surgical, or your knowledge in the surgical aspect of your training is very wide and very advanced, pay for a past test question bank, or EMRCS, which is cheaper, or the BMJ, which I find is harder and therefore better. Do the mock examinations, read the questions, read the answers, make your notes, read the books, and get an idea of where you are in terms of your knowledge. I did a video, on how the number of months that I took to study for my examination, what I used, and I also did a video on the books that I used. That being said, benefits of the Plab versus the MRCS. Plab will allow you to get GMC registration. Disadvantages of it, you have, depending on if you're from an English-speaking country, you might have to do the IELTS, all the English-speaking examinations to be even eligible to even do it. I think that's one of the rules for it. MRCS examination, pros and cons. It's an expensive examination, probably just as expensive as Plab. You have to fly up for the examination. I think there's some testing centers for Plab in the UK as well, around outside of the UK. I'm not certain about that, but MRCS you can do it outside of the UK. However, I think Plab you have to fly up to the UK, and like I said, you have to do IELTS, the MRCS OSCE. Depending on where you are, you might have to fly to the UK to do the OSCE as well too. If your country has a testing center, you might be able to do Part A outside of the UK. Some colleges allow you to do the Part A and B outside of the UK, but depends on where you are. For me, MRCS is like equivalent of, like I said, a postgraduate surgical qualification, therefore allows you to work in surgical posts, possibly even be promoted to registrar depending on where you want to be in the next couple of years. And it's an examination that you will eventually need regardless. And you can therefore do the MRCS, be successful, and not have to do Plab. However, if you're looking for something that you want to do right now and you want to do your foundation year 1, foundation year 2 in the UK, and you might be able just to do Plab, you can go up. Once you get a job or posts, because I don't know if posts are getting harder. They may be getting hard to attain, but I don't do that to discourage anybody. If there's a job opening and you want to go to that job, try to just stay focused on what you want to do and apply to as many jobs as you can. They'll call you if you have a nice resume. They might even call you sooner than you think. Don't let anybody discourage you from applying to the GMC, and don't let anybody discourage you from trying to do any sort of specialization in the UK. The Plab is a good examination, the MRCS examination, but I'm kind of biased, so I choose the MRCS examination. It's better for you in the long run. Hope this helps. Answer as many questions as you want. I hope you all have been enjoying my dental examination, my dental videos.